Hey, what's up? This is Blake Olson from Kiteboarding, here to teach you how to do a board off. I had a special request on YouTube asking how to do it. They could get the board off but can't get it back on. So I'm going to teach you the 5 steps and how to do a board off. It's kind of a gateway trick which unlocks a lot of other tricks. Like once you learn to take your board off in the air, then you can do Jesus walk, you can do 1-footers, you can do flip tricks, kind of just fun, not so intense tricks. The reason I really like this trick is because it's kind of a gateway trick which unlocks a lot of other tricks. And when I was over at Sea to Sky Kite Center in Vietnam, that was like a big thing there. As all the local Vietnamese guys were doing Jesus walks and board offs and throwing it behind their back. So I'm still working on getting to that level as well where I can perfect all my board offs, but I know how to do it to where I can get my feet back in it and I just have a lot of fun doing it. So hope this helps. I have 5 steps. So step 1 to doing a board off is just practice grabbing your board, because you want to be comfortable like tweaking it and just kind of bringing one knee to your chest and then the other one. So just practice like with a nice little grab, above the knee, below the knee, tail grab, nose grab. Just get comfortable jumping and just touching your board, because the more you touch it, take the hand off and control the kite one-handed, then that's better practice so that you can multitask as you're in the air. Step number 2 is to practice 1-footers. There can be a lot of different variations of that, but just taking your foot right after you pop. You kind of want to wiggle your foot out just so your toes are in it. Pop like you would for a regular jump, and then right after your pop, just take your foot out. Always try to bring your knee to your chest to kind of lock it in place. You can do different variations of that, as grabbing the board, doing like a little kick, 1-footer, those sorts of things. But just after you learn to grab it, then practice taking 1 foot out before going for the whole board off. So step number 3 is the timing of when you take the board off, and you want to take your board off as you're going up right after your pop, and then you want to put it back onto your feet right as you hit the peak of your jump, and then you start to come down. It's basically the same thing as a regular jump. So as you're sending the kite up, you're going to pop, and then right as you're going up out of your pop, you want to bring your knees to your chest, because the closer your knees are to your chest, the less you have to reach down. So get as small as you can. Some people like to grab it by the rail of their board rather than the handle. If you have a handle, it's easier just to grab it like that. Step number 4 is stay compact. You don't want to be stretched out like this, having to bring your body all the way back to put it on. So just stay real compact like this. You can bring your knees to your chest, take your board off, just put it right back on. Just do really little board offs, super quick. And then once you get those down, then you can start to do like Christ stairs and Jesus walks, where you take the board off and you like lay out like this and then bring it back. But just getting the timing and then staying compact, getting real close so that you don't have to reach real hard to take your board off. Just kind of think of yourself as sitting in a chair. So you don't really want to be stretched out. It's kind of hard to take your shoes off if you're leaning over all the way. So you can take a seat in a chair, take your shoes off, and put it back on. It's a lot easier. So just think of yourself as sitting in a chair, getting real compact. And then step number 5 is the landing. You just basically want to make sure that as you land, your feet are flat, because you're not going to perfectly get your foot back into the foot strap every time, but you can come down hard. So just make sure as you're coming down, you get your foot back in the foot strap and then land with your foot completely flat, because you don't want to be at an angle or have it loose in there and come down and kind of roll your ankle. It's easy to do. I've definitely done that before and it's never fun. So just make sure to slide your board on your feet, get your shoulders over your knees, over your hips stacked, and then just feet flat as you come down. So even if you're just, like sometimes I'll not even get my foot back in there, like one foot's in, the other foot's out. Just put my foot on the deck of the board and just land flat so that you can ride away. You don't want to be ever on an angle or off axis. So try to keep your shoulders over your knees as you land, foot flat as you go, and you're good to go. Hope that helps. If you have any other trick tips or variations of this that you'd like me to teach you, just let me know and we'll make them for you.